Hi guys, my name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads, and I did tell you that you would see me in this outfit again because sit up guys, doing this bulk shooting thing because life sometimes tends to be what it is. So on today's video I am bringing you a book haul of the books that I received from MacMillan South Africa recently that I had not shared with you guys.
So Vuvu Vena _reads is an amazing book reviewer, also YouTuber. She reviews books on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken she also has a blog as well. So please, if for your connection with literature, get in touch with or follow at VUVUVENA_reads. She is based in South Africa, and I think it is also extremely important to follow literary content creators who are based outside of the West and in continental Africa, because they do a really good job of bridging the gap.
We appreciate you, Vuvu, for bringing us Turning Pages and for bringing us your BookTube channel.
You know, this is a chance for people to actually see some people that I really enjoy.
Please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below, and if you are returning, welcome back, fam.
Vuvu, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
So this one is Not to Mention by Vivienne de Klerk, a South African professor as far as I understand. I think she's at Rhodes University. This was blurbed by our fave Sunyati. Blurbed this one, and she said, this compelling debut will remain etched in your mind. The sensuous language will leave you hungry for more. Now first about Professor Vivienne de Klerk. She's the professor emeritus of linguistics at Rhodes University, so I just wanted you to understand that obviously the language on here is going to be the bomb. .com. So okay, let me read you the blurb like I did with the Jonathan Ball haul. I'm doing that for you guys now, okay? Whenever I haul, I'll tell you what the story is about. It's only fair. As her 21st birthday approaches, Katie Ferreira has not left her bedroom for close on 2 years. In fact, she has not left her bed. At 360 kilograms, she simply can't. Characterized by an indomitable spirit, Katie tries to make the best of a bad situation. She does the crossword in the Herald newspaper her mother brings home, consumes the food she craves, biscuits, pies, donuts, liters of fizzy drinks, and waits in hope for insulin and a solution to her plight. To pass the time, she begins to compile her own crossword in one of the Croxy notebooks that has been unused since she dropped out of school. Within each cryptic clue is a message. Within each cryptic clue is a message, an attempt to explain how it feels to be the fat girl, how taking comfort in sweet things as a grieving and lonely child escalated into a deadly relationship with food and a psychological and physical disease. The process triggers splintered memories of dark family secrets and hints of culpability. As Katie finds her voice, quirky, macabre, devastatingly astute, and viciously funny at times, the notebooks fill up. Not to Mention is part diary, part memoir, part love-hate letter to the mother who fueled her daughter's addiction as steadily as the world ostracized her. The destructive power of shame and society's harsh judgment of people who are different is matched by the immense courage of a young woman who is determined to be heard. Excuse me. Then MacMillan Kids sent me Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas, author of The Hate You Give. As far as I understand, this is a prequel to The Hate You Give, a searing exploration of black manhood set 17 years before the events of The Hate You Give. With his King Lord dad in prison and his mom working 2 jobs, 17-year-old Maverick Carter helps the only way he knows how, slinging drugs. Life's not perfect, but he's got everything under control until he finds out he's a father. Suddenly, it's not so easy to deal drugs and finish school with a baby dependent on him for everything. So when he is offered the chance to go straight, he takes it. But when King Lord But when King Lord blood runs through your veins, you don't get to just walk away. And then this book is published by MacMillan South Africa, but the author had approached me to deliver this copy to me, and that is Dr. T, A Guide to Sexual Health and Pleasure by Dr. Tlaleng Mofokeng. And you guys have probably seen this around. I did talk about it in my February Hopefuls, the books that I wanted to read this month, and I have started it, but just started it. The indomitable Dr. Tlaleng Mofokeng, affectionately known as Dr. T, is passionate about making sexual health and well-being services available to all, regardless of their sexual and gender identities and their economic status. This updated version of her best-selling book is filled with specifics of sexual anatomy and health, as well as advice and facts about pleasure and sexual rights, and includes additional resources along with new sections on coercive control, as well as sex and pleasure during the time of COVID. Dr. T, with her typically honest and warm approach, makes the reader feel comfortable reading about topics that are not always discussed freely, providing all the information that demystifies sex and sexuality in a way that is entertaining and enlightening. Then, you guys will not believe, I'm probably not holding these in order. So MacMillan South Africa was kind enough to send me the entire Angela Makholwa collection. I mean, and I plan to read at least one of her books each month. We started with her last book last month, and I've done a review on it. I'll link it up here, which is Critical But Stable, which was a part of the Azania pick for the month of January. This month I plan to read her first book, which is Red Ink, and this says, when publication, oh wow, Vuvu. When public relations consultant and ex-journalist Lucy Kambule, young, beautiful and ambitious, receives an unexpected call from Napoleon Ndingiswayo, a convicted serial killer nicknamed the Butcher by the media, her life takes a dramatic turn. Dingiswayo wants Lucy to tell his story. Intrigued by Dingiswayo's approach, Lucy decides to take this opportunity to fulfill her lifelong dream of writing a book, but it comes at a cost and she could never have imagined. After their initial contact, Dingiswayo becomes an all-too obliging subject, and Lucy soon discovers that her choice of topic is not for the faint-hearted. Soon after meeting him in Pretoria's notorious C-Max prison, Lucy's world is turned upside down by a series of violent and disturbing events. Dingiswayo is behind bars, but Lucy begins to suspect that the brutal attacks may have something to do with him. Who is this frightening man and what motivates him? As Lucy learns that there is more to Dingiswayo's story than the police discovered, she is forced to decide what price she is willing to pay to pursue her dream. Red Ink is a gripping thriller set in present-day Johannesburg. It has a distinctly local flavor and brings the city to life through all its contrasts and contradictions. Why? That's Red Ink. That's what I'm reading this month. And then the next book is The 30th Candle. Okay, who is this guy? You said he's not married, so if you're knocked up, you have to tell who he is. Linda insisted. 30th birthdays loom. Skeletons come creeping out of closets. How will this birthday end? Linda has just cast off yet another lover, while Dikeledi can't seem to pin her fast-talking lawyer down to talk about marriage. Nolwazi has a secret, one she can't share even with her closest friends, while Sade has found the perfect man and a new life that will shut out the horrors of her past forever, or will it? Linda, Dikeledi, Nolwazi and Sade are about to discover more than the wisdom that comes with being a year older. After all, they are young, gifted and black in a booming new South Africa. The author of the popular thriller Red Ink, Angela Makholwa, turns her humor and skill for page-turning suspense to the escapades and sexual misadventures of modern women as they search for happiness and hope for love. The next one is Black Widow Society, and it reads, in 1994, when South Africans were finally seeing the light of freedom and independence, 3 well-respected business women, Thululan Thuli, Edna Whitehead and Nkosazana Khumalo, formed the Black Widow Society, a secret organization aimed to liberate women trapped in emotional and physical abusive relationships by assisting in eliminating their errant husbands. For 15 years, the Black Widow Society operated undetected, impeccably run by the triumvirate, with the help of their suave and mysterious hired gun, Mzwakhe Kuzwai, a sleek ex-convict, meticulous in his responsibilities. But as the secret organization recruits more members, the wheels of this well-oiled machine are threatening to fall off. Will Tulula's controlling streak or Nkosazana's unfettered material aspirations jeopardize the future of the Black Widow Society? Or perhaps one of the new recruits, unsettled by the reality of the elimination of her former husband, will lose her nerve and expose the workings of the group after all this time. As the tension mounts, Black Widow Society builds to a chilling and bloody climax that will keep you guessing and riveted until the very last page. That sounds hella interesting. The premise alone. The next one is The Blessed Girl. When you are accustomed to the finer things in life, designer shoes, champagne, VIP lounges, exotic holidays abroad, a luxury penthouse, expensive wheels, what independent young woman in her right mind would want to let them go? Certainly not the beautiful, ambitious and super street smart Bontle Tao, who has used her good looks and winning charm all her life to get exactly what she wants. The lifestyle doesn't come cheap, though, nor does maintaining the body that goes with it. Luckily, Bontle has a degree in menchology, and there is no shortage of blessers at her penthouse door. Keeping all her boyfriends happy and living a fabulous life is not without its challenges. With so many people clamoring for Bontle's attention, from her Shebeen Queen mother Gladys in Mamelodi, who is taking strain bringing up her teenage brother Holokile on her own, to her girlfriends Iris and Tulu, who, not to mention her soon-to-be ex-husband, the ever-patient, ever-loving Dogozo, Bontle barely has time to post on Instagram these days. Sooner or later, something's got to give. Okay. And then this one, you guys can see the review of the book that I did recently. This is her last book, or her fifth book, Critical But Stable. And yeah, that should be detailed in there. And that brings an end to this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want, you can tell me which book to pick up next. But with this specific haul, there are 2 books that I mean to read this month, which is February, and then I want to pick up Not to Mention in March, and then with the Angela books, as explained, I'll pick up 1 each month. So perhaps there's no need for you to tell me which books, because I seem to think that I've got it figured out. But if you want, you can share if you've read any of the books and which were your favorites. Thank you so very much for tuning in and choosing me, and until next time, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I love you very much. Bye now.